There we go, fabulous. Here we are for the Mindful Monday meditation, and it flows now. I used to stutter over that one, and now it flows. Um, and we've come to the end of doing the breath work little bit in each session. So we're going to look at mudras over the next till I choose to look at something else. Yeah, Sally's kind of got it already there. Mudras are hand positions that come to us from predominantly from yoga, which help. In fact, Sally's even doing the one we're going to do tonight. Um, that help us look at they work with the body's energy, and they work with balancing the mind, and some come from dance, some come from spiritual practice, and we're going to just pick one a week, just do a little bit of meditation with it, and you can introduce them into your own practice. Some of them you'll recognize. I'm going to start with the simple ones because some of them are a bit like tying knots with your fingers. So we'll work up to some of those, um, and yeah, and some of them you'll recognize. And if you've done Reiki, then there's certainly tonight's appears in Reiki as well. They're adopted from the yogic traditions across into Buddhism and Taoism, and they appear in Zen Buddhism, and they're really good. And at the simplest, it's partly just there as a focus for the mind again. It's just about getting the mind to focus on that one thing. So yes, we'll go into that, but we'll start with our general relax meditation just to ease us into the session. So I'm going to, as always, invite you to have a fidget, have a stretch, get comfy. I'm feeling taller today because I started doing my sun salutations again this morning, and it's amazing just literally that bit of stretching in the morning, the difference it makes. Um, so getting comfortable, having a stretch, having a fidget. If you're tuning into this for the first time, uh, I'll go over a few basics because I have to do this every now and again in case somebody's just joined and this is the first one they've caught up with. And when it comes to just sitting, you want to be upright if you can. The best way to do it is imagine you're hanging from a piece of string from the top of your head like that. And you can even I actually do this every now and again just to correct my posture, just let everything hang loose beneath that point. And I knew that would happen. It's going to stay stuck up now. Um, and that just brings everything nicely into alignment. If you can't sit up, the main thing is to not restrict your breathing. So if you're lying down, don't be cramped down like that because that will limit your breathing, and you want to be able to breathe. I mean, breathing's good for you. I think we could probably all agree on that. With meditation, I'll share something. Actually, this morning there's a book I'm working through at the moment reading, and it was talking about relaxation. And it says when we truly relax, when we properly relax, we are basically meditating because our minds become still, our emotions and our thoughts all become calm, and we just enter into that inner peace and relaxation. And it was saying, there's so many technical and complicated ways people have designed to meditate, but if you can just relax, then then you can pretty well do it anyway. So let's get into this. I might ask people to imagine and picture stuff along the way. If I do, I'm literally just asking you to think about it. Imagine it however you imagine it. Don't worry if it's not a movie. Some people take things in and they hear it, and other people can't get a sense of it. There really is no right or wrong way. It's just your way, and that'll be the way that gets you where you want to go. So, having had a stretch, had a fidget, getting comfortable, we'll begin by taking 3 deep breaths together. Now, you may choose to close your eyes on the first breath and relax and focus within. You may choose to close your eyes on the second breath, relax and focus within, or you may choose to close your eyes on the third breath to relax and focus within. Whenever you choose to relax and focus within, just go with this. Let go and just relax into it, and you'll get the most from it. So let's begin taking that first deep breath together. Breathing in and out. Noticing your shoulders relaxing there as you breathe out. Second deep breath in. Hold it and relax. Third wonderful deep breath in. If you've not done so already, just allow your eyes to close as you breathe out now. And just return to your natural breath. That gentle rise and fall. Your natural rhythm and tide. And tell yourself, I'm going to relax. I'm going to meditate. Outside noises will not distract me. Everyday thoughts will not disturb me. They all just help me relax and let go. And to make sure that you're taking nice, steady, deep breaths, just imagine you're breathing all the way down into the pit of the stomach, filling the lungs from the bottom up and breathing back out. And there's nothing to do. Just watch your breath. Observe it. The more you watch and observe your breath, the more you can relax. And the more you can relax, the easier it becomes now to watch and observe your breath. And as you watch and observe your breath, I wonder where relaxation begins now within you. Where is that point where you begin to notice relaxation now? Maybe a foot, a leg, an arm, the neck, the head. And as you become aware of where you begin to notice relaxation now, where follows it? Where does that relaxation move to as it flows and grows within you? And as you become aware of that, whatever that relaxation feels like for you, become aware of where it moves to again, as it spreads within you, flows within you. Did it start in a foot and move up the leg? Did it start in a shoulder and move down the arm? Where is it now that you can feel relaxation flowing within you? And I wonder if that relaxation had a color, What color is it? As you become aware of that color, relaxing more now. Just start to allow that color to spin and flow within you. And as you're aware of that color and the relaxation, I want you in your mind to drift down to a place that's lower than that, as though you're looking up to that you, bathed in that color and relaxing now. Then allow that you to drift down even further. I wonder how deeper you can go. That allows you just to observe the stillness. If you had all the time in the world, how much deeper relaxed would you become? And as if you have all the time in the world to relax deeper now, be there in your mind. And allow your body to enjoy the benefits of that deeper relaxation. Your mind to enjoy the benefits of that relaxation. And there may have been things on your mind before we started. There may have been things that used to bother you before we started. You can try and find that bother, those concerns. For a while, realize you cannot. That's right. And bringing that peace, that stillness, that relaxation with you. Just rise back up into the you that's sat or lying there in that room, or wherever you're listening to this. And when you're ready to continue to move forward and get the most out of this session, then just open your eyes. You're back here. Be here now. And then when you're back, just give me a little wave or thumbs up just to let me know. Marvelous. Fabulous. Excellent. So, as I said, we're going to look at mudras over the next month or two, I would say. And we're starting simple, and then we're going to move forward into some of the more technical ones. Mudras can help us just relax. They can help with healing. They can help with our mental health. And they can aid our meditation practice just by giving us that focus. And one that everybody knows. People don't necessarily always realize it is what it is, and that it represents more than maybe they realize. But that is the prayer position. It's a very, very simple way of meditating. It gives us a point of focus for our mind. When we're in prayer position like this, let me see if I can get it right. Atmanjali mudra. There we go. Atmanjali. I knew I'd get it. And basic prayer position. The Zen Buddhists say that you can always tell how sincere somebody is with their practice. If their hands are a bit like this, then they're not really practicing. So your hands are in basic prayer position, center of the chest like this in Reiki. That's one of the first things you learn is the gasso. And across the traditions, prayer position has a number of benefits for us. One, when we're doing meditation with this mudra, all our focus and attention, our whole of the attention of our mind is focused on the contact between those two fingers. That gives us a point of focus. And whilst we're holding this, it's balancing mind and body. It's also a gesture of gratitude. It's used for kind of also devotion. And in India, if you're saluting, if you're bowing devotion to deities, then for deities, you hold your hands up above your head. For other people, it'll just be like that. So the hands are together here. It makes a connection. It allows energy to flow because energy flows from here to here. Allows the energy to flow. Another thing you can do when you're doing this is just pressing the tip of your tongue just onto the palate of your mouth, just behind your teeth. Just very gently holding it there when you're doing it, which creates another circuit. And so we're balancing and grounding the body's energies. We're bringing mind and body into harmony. And that's the main thing with this. It's a great mudra for centering, for harmonizing, for balancing, for bringing inner peace. And so we're going to do it. I'm not just going to talk about it. We're going to do it. So bringing your hands up. If you find when you do this that after a while it maybe makes your arms ache a bit, we don't want that. So if that's the case, allow your hands, still keeping that position, but if you get to the point where it's getting a bit achy, just allow the hands to come down and rest in the lap. Hands get really warm, probably my Reiki training coming out. Yeah. So if they start getting a bit tired, just allow them to drop into keep the hand position, but allow them to rest down onto your legs on your lap. We're going to do slow, deep breathing and literally just focus, keep all your attention just on the tips of your fingers, just on those two fingers, the middle fingers. A little bit like, yeah, it was yesterday, wasn't it? It was yesterday. I went walking, and I sat just away from a little oak, well, quite a big oak tree actually, and I realised there was a one of this year's baby squirrels there. And if you can imagine that, you're kind of out and about and you see this baby squirrel and you don't want to disturb it. So you keep very still, you relax, your breathing relaxes and gets deeper. And all my focus was just on watching him on this tree. Say him, I've been her. And it was a fascinating thing. He was kind of exploring the branch and up and over the branch. Sometimes he'd slip and move. And all I had to do was just quieten myself down and observe. And when we're doing meditation, it's a little bit like that. It's a little bit like you know, if you go for a walk and you see a bird, or like the other day I was out and about and I saw a stoat. I haven't seen one for a while, and suddenly you just it's just about being very still. And you're not thinking, you're not doing anything. You're just watching. And so that's what we do with this. We're literally just watching the tips of our fingers. If you do any sort of what's the word, bushcraft kind of courses at any point. Um, with bushcraft, they teach kind of. I got taught it as an owl eye exercise. It's where you kind of you're not focusing completely forward. You just let your vision drift to the periphery, and you just become very very still. And I think ages ago I actually shared that as a technique for when you're wanting to calm your mind down, relax your mind, quieten the mind, is to go from that single focus just to a wider expanded focus, of more, take more in. Just imagine you're looking to the far sides, and it really helps. So we're going to do, I don't know, we'll do some time with this. So it's going to be hands together like this, and with slow deep breathing, breathe into the stomach, and just keep your mind there. If your mind drifts off, don't give yourself a hard time about it. That's not the point. You do that, you make an issue out of drifting off, and you start finding you drift off more. Whereas if you find your mind wanders, if you lose that focus for a moment, just go, oh yeah, I need to come back, and just focus back on the fingers. So bringing the hands up into our first mudra position, allowing the shoulders to relax and roll down. And we'll take a couple of deep breaths. Um, some places where you learn this, they'll teach you to actually just have your eyes just gently open and look at the tips of the fingers. I actually find it easier to keep the focus if I just have my eyes closed, and just pay attention to the fingertip. And you probably feel a pulse after a little while in the fingertip. Um, and just focus on that at one point. So let's begin. Take a nice deep breath in and out. Just continue with some slow, steady breathing. Just focus on that. And with this, don't anticipate anything. Don't look for results. Don't literally do the practice for the sake of doing the practice. That's it. And so, continuing, allow your arms just to relax down, but maintain that wonderful inner focus. And as you hold on to that, I've been reading a lot about water. The rain that falls never judges. It will fall on saint and sinner quite equally. It will also nourish and refresh all life. Kind of unconditional love and support. It asks nothing back. It just shares its benefit. It feeds and refreshes the plants and the trees in the same way as it refreshes us and the animals and the birds. Just imagine that kind of love, unconditional, giving, sharing, nurturing, a true loving kindness that asks nothing back. And as you think of that loving kindness and become aware more of that now, I want you to be aware and become aware of where you can start to feel that sense of loving kindness within you. Wherever that is now, I want you to imagine that there, wherever that is within you, is a single beautiful burning candle. And I'm not sure what color that is for it to represent loving kindness to you. Just allowing its flame to flicker, to glow. I want you to think of someone or a group of people that mean the world to you. You love them, they love you. And I want you to imagine taking that candle, that special candle. And as you take it, it also leaves one there. It's like an eternal candle. Every time you take from it, it replenishes itself. So you take a candle and imagine that person or those people before you and present them with that flame of loving kindness, allowing its light to radiate out into their lives. Bringing loving kindness into all aspects of their day and night. Now think of somebody who you know, an acquaintance, a friend, or a group of people. Maybe it's people you work with. Just imagine, picture them there. And again, reaching within, taking that candle of loving kindness. You present it to them, allowing its light and its brilliance, its love to radiate out into all aspects of their lives, whilst that candle is still there also within you, radiating that loving kindness. And now think of and imagine somebody that represents strangers or people you barely know. Could be the face of somebody in a shop that you've never really spoken to, or just a generic someone that represents all strangers. As you begin to imagine them now, take of that candle another candle, present it to them, sharing that loving kindness, that light into their lives, all aspects of their lives. Now think of somebody, maybe somebody who's slighted you or upset you in the past, somebody maybe that you've fallen out with or has hurt you. Just think of them, imagine them there, and just take another candle from that candle and present them with that light and that loving kindness, allowing it to radiate out into all aspects of their lives. That's right. It's okay to do that. Like the water, unconditional, loving kindness. Now picture yourself there. Maybe an aspect of yourself that you're not so happy about. A you that represents a habit or behavior that you wind yourself up with. Who knows? But take that light, that candle from within, present it to yourself, allowing that loving kindness and that light to radiate out into all aspects of your life. And so there you all are, standing in a circle, each carrying the light of loving kindness, the light within you. Radiating out into your lives and the lives of those people all around you. Each carrying that light that is one light. Like there is one water. And even though you may separate it, when you bring it back together again, it becomes one. And so allow your light to connect you this week in loving kindness with all that you meet. And allow the image of that circle of people to fade as you begin to become more aware of your surroundings and that light, that loving kindness glowing within you. That's yours, it always has been. And so now begin to return back just in the time you need to take to bring that loving kindness back out into your week and into your days, to radiate that out, to share that out through all your interactions. When you're really ready to allow that loving kindness to flow through you, then and only then you can open your eyes, be back here in your room, this time in this place. Have a stretch, feel the toes, back here, back now. So I just wanted to put an add-on onto this because off the end of the video we were discussing the fact that there's another mudra which is very similar, which is when we do this. This is the Arakaka mudra. And this balances both hemispheres of the brain, improves concentration, bunged up nose, improves concentration and calms the nerves. So you could, in your meditation practice, go from here, after say 10 minutes, to here, to really get benefit, that balancing and that calming. Anyway, just thought I'd add that on the end. Have a good week. See you soon. Bye bye.